Hi. How can I start? Right. First, my name is Graham. This is something that happened to me when I was younger. It was in 1968, about 3 weeks after being in hospital for a minor operation. I had recovered from the operation. I was back at home. This day I decided to go to a place called Hanley Stoke-on-Trent to do some shopping and to look around for some of my friends. Back then not many people had phones. The mobile phone had not yet been invented. I had to catch a bus from a local village called Ball Green. It was a mile walk from my home to Ball Green along the country lane. When I got there, I had to wait for a short time for the bus to arrive. I got on the bus. It took about an hour for the bus to get to Hanley, which is quite a large shopping town. I got off the bus in the middle of the shopping area and started looking in the shops and cafes for my friends, but could not find anyone. It was almost midday, so I thought I would get something to eat. I was close to a chip shop and cafe I had been to before, called the Seafarer, so I headed for it. It had a glass door, so I pushed it open and stepped inside. As I walked in, I saw the manager was standing by the kitchen door, looking at a young lady sitting at one of the top tables. She was crying. I heard her saying, "No one cares about me, no one knows me," and she started crying again. Just then, I heard a voice. It said, "Graham, go to that young lady and say, I know who you are." I turned around to see who was talking to me, but there wasn't anyone there. The voice said, "Go and speak to her." I then realised that the voice was in my head. So I moved towards the girl, and as I got closer to her, the more I seemed to know about her. I said to the girl, "I know all about you." I told her her name, date of birth, her father's name, her mother's name, her sister's name, her home address, and told her she was cared about and loved, and she need not be afraid anymore. I could have told her all of her ancestors' names, going back hundreds of years. I closed my eyes, and I could see a large golden building with an open roof, pillars of gold. From one of the pillars had a stream of light coming straight into my mind, with all the information about the girl. I opened my eyes, and the girl had stopped crying. I said, "Are you okay now?" She nodded. So I went to one of the other tables and sat down. After a short time, the young girl came over to me and asked me who I was. I replied, "No one special." She said, "Thank you," and then walked out of the cafe. As she closed the door behind her, all the information about the girl disappeared from my mind, except the memory of what had happened. The manager came over to me and said, "Did you know that girl?" She had been in his cab for the last 2 hours, crying before I arrived. He said, I said, "No, I don't know her." He said, "Then how did you know all that stuff about her? I could hear everything you had told her." I said to him, "Someone was telling me all about her." Then I was telling her. He looked at me and said, "But there was only us 3 here." I looked at him and smiled and said, "Can I order some sausage chips, please, and a cup of tea?" He wrote my order down and walked back to the kitchen. When he returned with my food, he asked me my name. I told him my name and shook his hand, and he told me his name. The next time I went to the seafarer, he remembered me and said that what a strange day that was. I agreed with him. I asked him if he'd seen the girl since. He said no. A few years later, he sold the cat. I have not seen him since. I was asked to help someone in that way, but that was not the last time. I will tell you about the second time in the next video. Regards, Graham. Thank you.